or in Moroto, or down south in Kabale, it's an attack to everyone. And I want to call upon lawyers to be strong. You know, we fought from General Court Martial. The struggles we went through at the General Court Martial, I think everyone saw them. Kidnap you, take you to the basement, brag about it online, because I think we've all been getting updates on X for the time Senior Counsel has been in that illegal detention. I've known him for a very long time, actually, from law school. When I was at law school, and my colleague, Counsel Abubeka Sekanjako. So from law school, I did my internship from his law firm. And he taught me a lot of things. Everything I know about the law is Counsel Erias Lukwago. Everything. The strength, the drafting, the appearance in court, everything is under his mentorship. So I've been with him in all this, and most people call him my legal father. You know, everyone is calling me and asking me, how is your dad? How is your father? How is your legal father? And I'm like, he's fighting, he's strong. I've been with him in all these cases. I think most people have seen me with him. And it is so sad to see that he was kidnapped for representing his client, Dr. Kizza Besigye and Haji Obed Lutale. For a small thing, he wanted to serve the CDF with court process. You know, he didn't issue the summons. He didn't give the court directions. Everything was done by Justice Baguma. His only crime is saying, we are going to serve the CDF. And as lawyers, we've all gone through this, all of us here. The only issue here, the only difference is that this is the CDF and it's in the limelight. But we all know when you go to serve court process as a lawyer, sometimes, as my colleague here, Katushabe, has said, sometimes you're abused, you go through all that. But because now it's the CDF, it becomes a different story. They kidnap you, take you to the basement, brag about it online, because I think we've all been getting updates on X for the time Senior Counsel has been in that illegal detention that is commonly known as the basement. We've been getting updates from X, and we've been seeing this as a tactic to threaten us as lawyers, who are, I think some of us who are on that legal team, the threats are directed to us. They want us maybe to step down or go in hiding or do what, I don't know. But I want to urge my colleagues who are on the legal team to be strong. You know, we fought from General Court Martial. The struggles we went through at the General Court Martial, I think everyone saw them. We fought so hard. Then we came to the normal courts and thought it would be different. But it's not. It is not. What has happened to Senior Counsel Erias Lukwago can happen to anyone. Whether you're handling these kinds of cases or not. This is an attack on the bar. It's an attack to everyone. Everyone, whether you're practicing law in Karamoja, or in Moroto, or down south in Kabale, it's an attack to everyone. And I want to call upon lawyers, wherever you are, stand with our colleague, stand with him in whatever capacity. If you can strike, if you can demonstrate, do it. If you can speak, do it. If you can go to Makshon Bay and visit him, please do. As lawyers, I want to see lawyers doing this, taking lead, because it's an attack on us. And the silent people, the judiciary, the Chief Justice, I don't know what's going on. They should come up and speak. Because it's not only on us, the lawyers, it's also the judiciary that is under attack. We've been threatened. I receive calls every day of Kunihira, are you safe? I receive those calls every day, even today. Are you okay? Are you safe? It's really sad. We don't want courts to be used as a tool of repression. Let's condemn that as lawyers. Because whatever happens to one lawyer will happen to everyone. Just because I'm representing a client and as it is, it's a treason case. So they expect me as a lawyer to come and disclose what my client has told me. What happened to my duty to the client? What happened to confidentiality? What happened to all these things? So because I've had a conversation with my client and they've told me certain things about an offense they are being charged with, I should come up and go and tell the state, this has happened. This is what is happening. So what happens to my innocent client? So that my client is guilty even before going through court process. That is how it looks like. We condemn the actions of the CDF, the threats that are being directed to us on X. They are directed to both lawyers and court, and we urge him to stop. The law is the law. We didn't make these laws. As lawyers, we went to school, studied, and we are here to follow the law. We are not here to fight anyone. Whatever we do as lawyers is under the law. And we urge him to follow the law. If they are looking for him to serve him court process, that is what the court said. Court gave directions. Senior Counsel Erias Lukwago didn't do that. Any other lawyer on that legal team didn't do that. We were just following what the court told us to do. And when Senior Counsel Lukwago was kidnapped and taken to the basement, I always told people, the CDF has the wrong person in the basement, because the person who summoned him was Justice Emmanuel Baguma, the judge of the High Court and the trial judge in the Kizza Besigye case. As simple as that. Since it's the Day of Women and we've been getting updates from X, maybe we should rightfully thank the wife, Charlotte, because we saw a tweet that said she's the one who convinced the CDF to release our colleague and senior counsel, Erias Lukwago. So as women, we recognize her and thank her for that. I think I've seen Parliament quiet. I don't know what the women are doing there. The woman members of Parliament. Because we all see what Counsel Zawede is going through as women. And I'll urge all women to stand up and stand with her. She's going through a rough time. We all know Senior Counsel Erias Lukwago's health is not good. She's been taking care of him. She knows what time he eats, what time to rest, what time to work. She knows everything. Now he's in detention. She doesn't know what is going on. Let's stand with her. Let's comfort her. These are trying times. It can happen to anyone. This thing can happen to anyone, whether you are known in the country or not. We've seen kidnaps of people that are not known, people that have never stood up to speak. They've been kidnapped and taken away. Their whereabouts up to now are not known. So if it can happen to such a person, and you who has a voice to speak, you're silent, who will speak for them? I want to thank the Uganda Law Society. Thank you so much for standing with Senior Counsel. We also have the East African Law Society that has stood with us. We also have colleagues from Kenya, where our lead counsel, Martha Karua, comes from. They've also stood with us, colleagues from Tanzania, and all these other countries that are standing with us. But I urge Ugandans, the lawyers in Uganda, to take lead. Because the ones in Kenya, where our senior counsel is, all they can do is support. They can only support us, but let's take lead and fight this impunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Iron Lady, beloved Counsel Kunihira Proscovia. And she raises out a lot of issues that we really look at. Service of summons, service of court documents. There is a friend here, he works under rule of law, Uganda Law Society, called Shamil Tabs Kamlegeya. He's also normally referred to as grave digger. Now, grave digger told me one thing. He said that at one time the DPC at CPS called him and said, I want you to come and make a statement. That he replied to the CPS, to the DPC and said, I request to know, is your number on WhatsApp? said yes. That if it is on WhatsApp, please, as I come, I'm going to serve you a notice of intention to sue for wrongful arrest, malicious prosecution, and other civil wrongs. So this raises questions. Should we change the style of practice? Or we should even start filing bail pending arrest? Because now the situation has changed, and like counsel poses it, the dilemma is too much. But we really appreciate those lawyers who have not given up, the comrades who still stand to give in the fight. As we get on to our next speaker, Doctor, I'll also recognize other members of the Counsel Uganda Law Society, also being headed by the Secretary General, Sali Babu, who are with us here. And the doctor we're inviting, Dr. Patricia, she's a PhD holder in disability studies from University of